Wow, Fwiffo, he's pretty good. I mean, it seems as if he's been almost, fighting in the past before against some high class enemies, because those Ilwrath, they didn't know what was coming. And it was Fwiffo, and wow, they are going to regret messing with him. It's a good thing that Fwiffo was good, because it would be bad if we lost him, because we've not got many ships going on, so we have to be quite careful. We're running out of fuel as well, which is a bit of a problem. We're going to have to hope that the Melnor may come pretty soon, because otherwise, yeah. Oh, look who it is. It's Pkunk. What are they doing here? I guess this is quite close to their homeworld. I mean, it is their homeworld. There it is. We're here because we need the clear spindle, because the clear spindle is part of the whole Ur-Quan thing. Wow, 5 Pkunk.
Greetings and various apropos felicitations. We are Pkunk, hatchlings of light, spiritual soul beings of the vast cosmic oneness, wayfarers on the river of destiny, students of the mystical dimensions, purveyors of blissful love, bird-like manifestations of glorious light energies from the astral plane. How about yourselves?
We're doing alright, Lex, actually. We are a bit low on fuel, but otherwise we're doing pretty well. What about you?
Although we Pkunk have no rank, no pecking order, no arbitrary scheme of dominance, we do recognize that some of the souls in this universe have lived many lives, while others are but spiritual chickadees. I, Captain, have lived 38 lives, a paltry number compared to those wise and ancient souls who guide our race. You must consult them, Captain. They will help you to understand yourself, and in doing so, understand others, who in turn may or may not understand other things. Seek those wise birds at our homeworld, at Gamma Krueger I. They have all the answers.
Yeah, okay. We're going to go now because we have stuff to do.
By all means, if duty is calling. I am sure we'll see each other again. Perhaps when the stars are aligned in an appropriate configuration. Yes, my inner voice is telling me that is correct. When the stars align, Captain.
Okay, great. Well, we'll look forward to that. Well, not really, because you don't really have much to say. We need to go to the homeworld now, because obviously that's quite an important place to go. We need the clear spindle, and hopefully we'll get some ships, because their ships are really, really important in this whole setup, because they can regenerate crew, which is pretty cool. So here we are. Oh, there's quite a lot of them. Let's talk to them.
What? A spirit voice rings within my soul. It tells me that I must give you something to aid you on your noble quest. What, spirit? What must we give this young human? Mineral resources? No. Important secret? No. Starships? No. Then what is it, spirit? Spit it out. What? That thing? Are you sure? Okay, here you go, Captain. Take this clear spindle. It is an ancient and powerful device, built by the precursors hundreds of thousands of years ago. What does it do, you ask? I haven't the slightest idea. Auspicious portents and serendipitous omens have foretold your arrival. Welcome, alien guests, to the home of the gentle and playful Pkunk, children of the cosmic light, hobgoblins of joy, seekers of spiritual truth. I never need stuff like that.
Okay, sounds good. Let's just try and get through this as quick as we can. Let's just introduce ourselves.
Yes, we know all that. We are not known throughout the galactic sector as powerful psychics for nothing. Of course, we already know the answer to this next question too, but we enjoy conversation. Why have you come here?
That was a very good question, and we've got a very good answer. We've come to get some of your ships, so we're here to get help against the Ur-Quan. That's what we're doing. Again, come here for.
Fight, always the fight. We Pkunk are yin, and you are yang. I suppose the problem is that the Ur-Quan are a little more yang than you are. Well, Be that as it may, we are sympathetic to your concerns. We were not always the mystical, aloof, and yet caring, enlightened beings that we are now. If need be, we can still kick some serious butt. Let us unite and form an alliance. We will provide you with all of the crew, ships, and resources you desire. We will give you... Wait! I sense that you are offended by our crass material offer. Yes, I am ashamed. Any warmongering species could offer this. We are Pkunk, children of the stellar breeze. We shall give you what all others could not, the greatest of gifts. We shall give you our love. Ah, you are speechless. Do not talk now. I can feel the energy connecting us. Let us part while the silence remains. Farewell. But wait, before we go, as a small token of our love, not as a material gift, mind you, we give you 4 of our meager ships, fully crewed. Good luck.
There we go, that's what we wanted, so that's good. We've got Clear Spindle, we've got some of their ships. I believe we can come back here every year, maybe, to get 4 more of their ships if we happen to lose them, or well, I guess there's no reason not to come back here. So, unless we get some other ships from somewhere else. But basically, yeah, these ships are really, really useful because they can regenerate crew, and our biggest problem right now is crew. We're having to really sort of shift crew around. Obviously, they come with crew straight away, so we've basically got 28 free crew there to shift around into different ships, which is really good, or 32 or whatever, well, whatever. A lot of crew to shift around, and if these guys get sent into battle, say with one, this is one of the things that you can do to sort of cheat the system a little bit. You can send one of these guys into battle with 1 crew, and then hope that they sort of regenerate, and then you'll get 8 crew back, and then you can escape the battle. So you basically can regenerate 7 crew. But obviously, if they die and they don't regenerate, then you can just reload. So that's like a sort of meta way, sort of slightly breaks the immersion or whatever. But that's one way to sort of be sure that you never run out of crew. I think we've done an alright job with crew so far, but obviously we could have been better, especially on the surfaces of planets, because lightning is really bad on some surfaces because it just sort of aims for you almost. It feels like that anyway. The earthquakes aren't so bad though. Anyway, we're back in space. I'm going to just fly this way as far as I can. It looks like I'm not going to get very far though. I'm out of fuel now.
The stars are in auspicious alignment.
Luckily it's just a
The
bit.
various significant moons are in the correct houses.
Okay. Sure. Have you got any news about anything going on?
Omens and mysterious portents, tangled webs of fate, intertwined with the branches of death.
Okay, so basically you haven't. Cool. Let's go because we know this stuff. We know this already. Okay, so yeah, I'm flying just as far as I can away from Ilwrath space. Whoa, there's a lot of these Pkunk coming in. Oh no, that's a probe. But I think we've got the self-destruct sequence, so it should be fine. We can just talk to these guys.
Come in peace.
Blow them up.
Engaging self-destruction circuitry.
Seem to remember that we get quite a lot of RU from this, especially these ships. Yeah, because look, we've got a lot of RU. I mean, we're not using it, but it's pretty good. I think this is in Ilwrath though. No, it's Pkunk.
Goodbye, Captain.
Good. Yeah, so basically we want to wait for the Melnorme to come now, and so we're going to have to fight off probably quite a lot of Ilwrath. This is definitely in Ilwrath. No, it isn't. I thought Pkunk moved a lot quicker than that, but obviously not.
Goodbye, Captain.
So I know Ilwrath moved quite slow. This might be Ilwrath. Looks like it might be. Yep, this is Ilwrath. That's a shame because these fights are really, really bad, and they take ages because you basically have to. Well, you'll see in a minute. You might have seen a couple of minutes ago what it's like. You basically have to sort of stay quite close to the Ilwrath, and once in a while they'll try to destroy the missile with their flames, and if you just get the right angle, then the flames will miss the missile, but the missile will start following their ship because they've revealed themselves, and you can just get a few hits in. It's a really, really slow process, and it's actually reasonably easy to dodge the fire. It's just actually getting the hits in which is annoying. I say it's reasonably easy to dodge the fire. It's actually quite easy. The fire's not the problem. The actual problem is it's really easy to hit the planet because you can't really see very far ahead of you. And the other problem is the asteroids, because if you hit an asteroid and you suddenly slow down, then the Ilwrath catch up with you. So those are actually the two dangerous things. See, like if I hit that there, I might have been screwed. But yeah, actually being hit by the fire is not a massive issue. It's just actually trying to get the hits in. But I've nearly killed this one. There we go. So you can see that planet there. Really, really deadly, actually. But anyway, probably a good time, since this battle's just going to take probably a little while, to explain what's been going on for the last 2 years, because this is the first video I've made in about 2 years. More than 2 years. In fact, it's probably the first video. I don't think Weber's made any videos for ages as well. Basically what's been going on is we've had a lot of work to do. We're all at university now, or on a gap year. Last year we couldn't make any videos because we were all doing A-levels. We're in our final year of A-levels, which for those who live in America or something, they're basically like the final school year of exams, and so it's actually obviously quite important to do well in them, and we all had quite a lot of work, and obviously we were all applying for universities and sorting out gap years, just had a lot of stuff on. So yeah, I'm at university now, Weber's at university, Max and Tom are on gap years, so that's sort of what's been going on in short for the last few years, the last couple of years. In terms of doing YouTube related stuff, or Star Control related stuff, or whatever, or anything related to anything related to anything not related to the work we've had to do, like outside of online stuff. I have been doing some cool stuff with Java, doing a Minecraft mod. I've been working on that very, very, very rarely nowadays. I worked on it for a lot over the last 1.5 years, but about 2 months ago, uni started, and I've basically had no time to do it, and so it's going to be very difficult to keep updating. But yeah, so that's what I've been doing mainly. And then also but one thing that is actually related to Star Control that I have done quite recently, well, I say quite recently, about 3 years ago, we had a school project to make some Scratch games, just a school project, and they were pretty good, but they were a little bit buggy and didn't really work very well. But they were basically based on the Star Control Super Melee, and I came back to it just this week and just polished them off. It was much easier to see what I'd been doing wrong, and I was a bit better at it, so I was able to go through it and polish it off a little bit. And so those are now available on the Scratch website. They're just called like Star Control Fights or whatever, and it's just basically Super Melee but in Scratch, and it's quite interesting because unlike the normal Star Control game, where rotations are sort of discrete, you can only sort of face a certain number of directions, 16 or something. In Scratch it's all continuous, and so it has a little bit of an effect on the battles. So what I found, for example, is that the Earthling cruiser, the nukes were very, very overpowered because they had a sort of continuous tracking system rather than the sort of slightly more, rough-edged sort of tracking that happens in this game. And that means in this game they can sometimes miss, but basically they never miss in the Scratch continuous version. So I had to do a bit of balancing. But it was very, very interesting, very, very cool in the end. It's quite a nice feeling when you actually do something like that. But yeah, those are there to play. What else have we done? That's pretty much it. I mean, really, we haven't done a lot of stuff outside of like actually important stuff that we've had to do. Really, that's basically the reason that there's been hardly any videos. In case you're interested in the sort of work that I've been doing outside of sort of YouTube and things like that over the last 2 years, basically I'm doing physics at university now, and I've been doing quite a lot of interesting stuff with quantum mechanics and general relativity, and I hope with one of my old school teachers to actually write a paper on some of the stuff we've been doing. So that's going to be quite interesting, and if you're interested in that sort of stuff, then do ask in the comments, and we can talk about it, because I love talking about physics and science related stuff and mathematics. That's sort of become my hobby for the last 2 years. Anyway, those Ilwrath are dead, and we've now got 4 of them. Anyway, I think we'll do the 4 next time. Thank you all for watching. This series is sort of back. We'll see how far we get. But thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.